CrackBerry.com.
Hey everybody, Kevin here for CrackBerry Live at BlackBerry Live 2013. We have a special episode here. So what we were going to do was, do a debrief of the BlackBerry Jam America's keynote. We were going to critique, your stage presence and everything. We were going to talk to Demian, and then all of a sudden, as we were about to start recording, talking about the performance and everything, then this guy jumps on stage. Who was on stage giving the keynote? Alec Saunders, VP Developer Relations at BlackBerry and Ecosystem. Demian's boss, one of the 33 developer evangelists around the world. He pays his taxes in Brazil, but he lives on an airplane.
Pretty much.
But you pay your taxes in Canada and you live on an airplane.
I know. Which is better, Canadian taxes or Brazilian taxes?
I don't know.
They're never good. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as better taxes.
Do you actually pay the taxes though? That's the question.
I haven't had time to do them yet.
If these guys are not on stage next year, they're not here, we know why. Didn't pay taxes.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
no taxes.
So let's talk
He looks
about.
a bit like Al Capone, doesn't he?
No, I was.
I'm a good person.
I wasn't going to go there. So I don't know what your time is like, but since you're both here, we can go 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, but we can go all night long. We got till Thursday noon. if we really need to.
I have another interview I have to do with that CNET publication.
Never
heard of him.
At 3:30.
Never heard of them.
Carry on.
Never heard of them.
Okay.
So anyway,
I don't really leave CrackBerry.com. That's why it's so successful.
as we were saying,
We just read our own site all day. It's like
it's actually a true story.
we generate 10 million of our monthly, our
Come from you
25
guys.
million monthly pages from us.
Yeah.
No,
but
that's
true.
not true.
Just reading your own stuff? Okay.
No, not quite. We type, we read. Alec, today, what are the big messages?
The big messages. Momentum on the platform.
Okay.
Tons and tons of momentum on the platform.
Numbers.
You heard Torsten talk about 120,000 apps. We've exceeded 120,000, but it's and that's since launch. So 70,000 announced at launch, 120,000 announced today. That's basically another 50,000 applications in 4 months. But the other sort of unsung story here, and the one that I'm always uncertain how to tell, is the fact that the rest of the store keeps growing as well.
Okay.
So we've got almost 250,000 apps in BlackBerry world today, with the Playbook apps, with the BlackBerry OS apps. We've been focusing so much in the last year on BlackBerry 10 and making sure it's successful, but BlackBerry OS just keeps right on chugging along. So there's tons of momentum, there's great sentiment building. You saw the numbers from Pivot Point Research, where in May of last year they measured developer recommendations, and just 47% of developers said you should develop for BlackBerry 10. And this year, 88% said that. You saw Strategy Analytics give us an 8 out of 10 score, the highest in the industry for the quality of the developer program. Those kinds of things. So lots and lots and lots of momentum and vitality in the ecosystem. From a futures point of view, Torsten got on stage and talked a little bit about his vision for mobile computing and how that car was being a mobile computing endpoint. And one of the key phrases that he mentioned in there was context.
Right.
A contextual layer was spoken about. And we're really introducing that idea at BlackBerry Jam this year with this concepts of sense, understand, and adapt, and building applications that can use sensors, that can interpret sensor data, and can adapt on the fly to what it is that they're discovering in the sensor data. And you saw lots of examples of that on the stage as well. And then I guess the other big thing that's happening is this year, last year we concentrated on building a catalog of applications. And this year, my team's focus is really shifting a little bit towards how do we get innovation onto the platform. We don't want just the same applications that everybody else has. We want applications that are unique to BlackBerry, that show off what a BlackBerry 10 device can do, what the experience really is. And so that's been the focus of the entrepreneurship track, the panel that we had at the end with our 4 experts that came on stage and those kinds of things.
Right. We've seen some good examples. The new Texas Hold'em from Magmic looks to be a very BlackBerry gaming experience built for BlackBerry, unique to the platform.
Yep.
And we'll see more of that going ahead.
But did you see the demo from Macadamian?
No.
Okay.
I was gone. I had to get here.
That was slick.
Okay, so tell us about
So
it
you
quick.
missed out.
Yeah, he missed out.
You did miss out. I saw it. Where were you?
I'll see if I can get them to come and do it for you. No, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that would be a
They
good
can
thing
totally
to do.
come and do it
Yeah.
here.
Send
We
them
can
on.
pipe that in.
We take all kinds.
No problem.
You take
Bring
all
'em up.
kinds?
Bring 'em up.
So we asked them to build us an application which really explored some of these ideas around sense, understand, and adapt.
Yeah.
And what they built was a thing that they call Mosh Pit Hero. You go to a concert, and the very first thing that happens when you get into the arena is you're thinking about three things, right? So what's going on the main stage? Where are my friends? And where's the beer tent?
And the bathroom.
Yeah, well, and the bathroom.
Four
too.
things. And when's the time going to the bathroom to not miss the entertainment and miss the line? That's,
Of course.
that's me at least.
Well,
Version 1.2.
TMI.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so the slick thing about it is that the app was designed so that when you breach the geofence that's associated with the event,
Right.
you can see your friends, you can see the social media that's being generated around that event. You can find the stuff that you're looking for. You can, for instance, go to a stage if it's a big festival, and you can say what's happening on that stage, and it will spin out a whole series of things around it. So it's really a great example of how you can apply those concepts of sense, understand, and adapt to building an application. Then,
Right.
of course, just because they're developers, they built it with a physics engine and all kinds of things and bubbles floating around and all kinds of stuff. So it was a pretty cool application to look at as well.
Other apps on your BlackBerry right now? What are your favorites? And are you rocking a Z10 or Q10? That's our big question of the week. Z10 or Q10?
I'm a Z guy.
You're a
Q5.
Z guy.
Yeah, I'm a
I
Z
could
guy.
see. I could see it. I mean, app experiences. We got more room to work with. Right?
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I love the Q10. I like the bigger screen space, and I just don't miss the physical keyboard as much as I thought I would when I moved from my 9900. So I'm a Z guy, definitely a Z guy.
Awesome. I like the definite answer there. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
How about you?
Z10 as well, yeah, Z guy.
Oh,
I
he's
have maybe they focus on startups and universities as well.
Let Demian
Yeah,
chat a
sure.
little
Yeah,
bit.
let's hear. I want to hear from the evangelist, evangelizing.
Tell us a little
we're-
bit. Tell us your story a little bit about like what you guys do.
Yeah,
You've done a lot since we saw you last time.
Yes, I
think, right?
travel a lot and I work on the perception on developers around BlackBerry 10 and showing all the opportunities we have right now for BlackBerry 10. It's a huge ecosystem that's growing up right now, so many opportunities, and we're working on identifying maybe the solutions and showing, so the developers can work on the solutions for these new things, new problems, and our platform is amazing for that. So that's my main role, and all the focus on universities, on startups, or maybe everyone there that maybe has an idea or anything. We can help maybe connecting you guys with developers and making sure that gets built, and a lot of innovations on the tech centers we are opening all over the world as well, and giving the chance for students to build applications, and they keep the intellectual property of it, so they own that, and we're giving
And you give them all kinds of support, and there's always people on hand, right, to help
all
them out.
kinds of support.
The Tech Center initiative is really cool.
Sure.
And these guys have done, in Latin America, have done an amazing job of evolving it from where we started.
Right.
We started off with this idea that we would have drop-in centers where developers could come and they could interact with our folks directly, kind of like what we did with Communitech up in Waterloo,
Right,
or
right.
places like that, right? And it just doesn't scale unless you're willing to put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of evangelists in the market. We knew that we wanted more tech centers. And so Demian and his counterpart in Argentina, Brian, they started saying, well, why can't we just harness the power of what's going on in the schools? So they're moving tech centers into universities, and they're training students on campus to be BlackBerry experts and provide the tech center support that we were hoping to have. And so we've seen that there. In Asia, we've seen something almost as interesting. Incubators are taking over. So Rubus Labs, for example, is taking on the role of being a tech center and training entrepreneurs there. And so this whole model of we take our evangelists and what they do, and then we basically cultivate a whole series of non-BlackBerry folk that can be evangelists as well, that can be providing that kind of support. So it's a pretty cool model.
Cool.
And it's spreading pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds like it's busy end of 2013 coming up into 2014 also. Lots going on.
Bonkers.
Cool. Anything else, Adam? I think we got
How do you enjoy the show? I mean, is everything going awesomely for you?
How's it going for you?
My breakfast was slides, so I was getting ready for the presentations, but super excited to see all the energy is different, people are positive, we did a good work changing perceptions, and I think it's just a matter of seeing it grow and keep supporting developers.
Yeah.
Okay,
I agree.
Since we're CrackBerry Live, we're going to give it to the live audience for a couple closing questions. You can take your pick through here and ignore. Ask Alec, how many are native apps? Do you guys break that down or not yet?
We don't really break it down, but you know what? I'm happy to tell you about 20% of the catalog are Android applications. The rest of them are native or HTML5.
Okay. Anything else? Q10 rocks?
Any particular application, any of the big names, I really can't answer because there's a team that works on that. That's Marty's team that does that stuff.
Right.
Cross-platform.
That's why I never.
Asking for Marty to come up here now.
Yeah.
Send him up.
No, but see, I'm trained enough now. I know not to, ask the questions that you're not going to answer. It's like I save time. Time is money. I'm like, I could be like, when's Instagram coming? That's Marty's team. It's like, it's very clever.
It's one of your t-shirts that say that. Don't ask me. That's Marty's team.
Okay, cross-platform BBM. What do you think? Big announcement today. So do I.
Yeah, I love it because BBM is more engaging than any other messenger that we've seen in any other market, right? I mean, the amount of time that people spend glued to BBM is absolutely phenomenal.
Let me show you this. I'm going to wow you with the engagement of your own BlackBerry products. We set up our channel today. This is our new CrackBerry channel. We're up to
1,800 subscribers, just like that.
But look at this, though. So here's a post I made.
Yeah.
99 comments. Like the engagement rate, 100 comments from 1,800 followers on something like that is really high.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be what you see. I mean, obviously this is day one in that. Yep. But if you think, I mean, we're very social people, right? You have a big social following, and you can have big numbers on Twitter or Google Plus or anything. You get a good amount of comments and likes and replies, but you need a very big number to get anything, And I think here you're going to have very intimate, quick reacting comments. And the statistic that blew me away today was it 50% of BBM messages get read within 20 seconds?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's amazing.
No, it's really stunning. I mean, the engagement level with BBM is phenomenal. I think two things happen, right? One of them is when you go cross-platform, we're going to engage a whole audience that we were never engaging before with an amazing messenger experience. And with channels, when you think about the potential, just what you described there. Now, you're a big brand. Would you rather go to one of the big social networks, or would you rather go to a tool where people, on average, respond within 20 seconds?
I like the privateness of this and the response rate. That's the big thing. So, because ideally, I'm going to do both, right? As a, from the publishing standpoint, I'm still going to be on Twitter and everything, but we can do stuff on here like, hey, here's a coupon code for Shop CrackBerry that's live for the next 30 minutes or something, and actually expect that everybody will get that message, or at least 50% of people will get that message very quickly. And that's huge. And on other platforms, you have this kind of, you don't know when they're going to get it exactly. You don't have that feeling of immediacy that BBM delivers. So
BBM is really, the BBM audience is really engaged. I mean, that's the key thing. They're really engaged.
Agreed. Cool. Alec, Demian, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for helping. Thanks for helping. You
guys did great.
You're the boss.
We're going to wrap it up.
I was just wandering by.
That's it for this segment of CrackBerry Live. We'll be back with plenty more this week. Thanks again, guys, and stay tuned for more.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Adam.